Hello again, YouTube. This is Everyday American, and today I'm going to do a review of a few 6-in-1 screwdrivers. 6-in-1 screwdrivers are really common because people like having one tool to do 6 different things. From my experience, you generally only use the Phillips heads and the slotted screws, but the nut driver shaft is also a good thing to have. Here on the table I have 3 different brands. I have a Channellock, a Craftsman, and a KC Pro. The Channellock is made completely in the United States. The Craftsman is made in the US with foreign parts. And rounding out the bunch is the KC Pro in red from Red China. I'll zoom in on each one. What you're looking at now is the Channellock. It's got their signature, like a sapphire blue handle, like a parkerized shaft, and then a nice stainless bit. Then we look at the Craftsman. They did it in their blue and clear scheme rather than the red, white, and blue scheme. It's pretty standard as far as Craftsman goes. And then we just look at the KC Pro. Now, going over each of these individually. First, I'll look at the Channellock. This is honestly my favorite of the 3. It feels the nicest. You look at the component parts here. You have your handle, your large Phillips and slotted, your small Phillips and slotted, and your tube with the nut driving attachments. You can see how thick the smaller size is, and it feels more hefty than some of the other ones I'll go through. That's the Channellock. These also, I don't know if you can see that it's marked USA on it. Kind of hard to see. Like it's a nice solid fit. Alright, now the Craftsman. Is your Craftsman numbering. And there you have your component parts. You have the shaft from this one. It's got more of like a stainless finish. The other one has that. The Channellock is the only one that's real parkerized. And then the bits, the same style. I imagine these are all interchangeable with each other. These things are more or less universal. They've been around for the last, 50 years, so you have a lot of parts lying around. And then we have just the KC Pro, which it's not a bad tool, but it feels flimsy compared to the other 2. And its bits are marked CRV, which stands for chromium vanadium. But there you have a nice 3. In terms of pricing, the Channellock is going to run about $11. The Craftsman's about $7, and the KC Pro's about $4. And now we'll test them on some screws. These are the screws from my last review of our small Channellock screwdriver. So the KC Pro, I'm going to take it out. That one was more for comparison purposes. We'll try the Channellock first. Zoom in. I really like having 6-in-1s in my toolbox and in my drawer. It's one of the first tools I grab because it fits honestly 90% of the screws you're going to find. If you're dealing with Torx, you usually end up using a drill anyway. Starting to strip that screw again. These screws were stripped, but this screwdriver is making good work of them. This screw is on the end of its useful life. Look at the tip, and there's no deforming, even though that screw for all intents and purposes is stripped out. Alright, now we'll try the Craftsman. Not as comfortable as the Channellock, but it's not a bad fit either. Craftsman decided to incorporate more of a raised groove. You can see it's like a 6-point. A 6-point raised groove in there, and you can get a nice good grip on this one too. Both of these 6-in-1s are made of relatively strong material too. I'm sure you could abuse the tool and hit something with it. I'd recommend you use a purpose-made hammer, but actually for this little Craftsman, I think I'm actually getting more of a grip on it with the ridges than I am on the Channellock, which is surprising because the Channellock is my favorite out of the gate. I still like how it's slightly heavier, but I find if I hold it in this kind of grip, the Craftsman, you get more leverage because of those. Because of those ridges. And there you have it. Just for the sake of brevity here, I'm gonna stop unscrewing the screws and save you guys a little bit of watching me do that. But I'd recommend both of these. Obviously, I'm a little more biased towards the Channellock, but as long as Sears is making theirs in the US, it can hold its own. Thank you for watching.